So this is a campsite. I guess in a way I'd have to say it's one of the campsites that I am most excited about. I am just geeking out, so to speak, on where I'm at. Um, we are in the banks of the Missouri, overlooking the mighty Missouri River, and we're right up against the Upper Missouri River Breaks National Monument. And I mean, this is some full-on Lewis and Clark, serious Lewis and Clark history. And I absolutely love history, and I love that particular part of history. Years ago, Dad and I and Uncle James, our first big trip out here was in 2005 that we did together. And that was the 200-year anniversary of the Lewis and Clark expedition. And, it was, it just made it extra special, really. It made it more, just more exciting. Just added an element to it that was just, it was just cool. And we even I had the Stephen Ambrose book on Donnet Courage on audio then, and we listened to quite a bit of that on our, on our travels. It was, a long ways out here, of course, and had a lot of time, so we listened to quite a bit of that. So yeah, that said, let me turn. 157 miles in Old Zeke today. Decent amount of rain, cold, but it was a good day, a good ride for sure. That's Route 191 up there, what we rode in on, and we're back off the road quite a ways there. And this is looking upriver on the mighty Missouri, and I mean, just to think that Lewis and Clark and Sacagawea and all of them came through here. Pompey, her son. Fascinating. It's amazing. My dad he would really enjoy this too. He's quite the history buff, and he would like this. Look forward to telling him about it, God willing, soon. Tell you, it's so calm and peaceful out here too. This big old river. It's got a nice flow to it, but it's quiet, steady. So, let's see, what do I even say now? Said the mileage. Talking about mileage, I did want to mention when I was talking about my Aunt Esther and Uncle Ken and their big adventure out here years ago. Their 7 weeks and 4 days, I said it was, that they trekked around this country and up into Canada as well. I don't know if I said their mileage. Uncle Ken told me the other day that they did over 10,000 miles on that trip. So that is some serious miles. Quite the road trip. Definitely the adventure of a lifetime, I would say. So yeah, I wanted to mention that. I had said already, I shot that little video there at the R bar. I had to go back inside and ask my waitress how, what they call the place, because their sign had the letter R and then it had a hyphen, and so I just wasn't sure. But being out in ranching and cattle country and all that, once she told me, it made sense. R bar, it's like a brand, I would say, and so yeah, spent as I'd already said, decent amount of time there and just met some good folks. I'd mentioned the two writers, the guy from Texas and then Peter from BC. But also, there before I left, there was an older couple that came in who I believe are local folks. He said he was 87 years old. I didn't ask her age, and she didn't say, but I'd say, she was, 80 plus as well. And this October, on October 5th, it'll be 60 years that they've been married. And just what a blessing, and how cool is that? And it was great to meet them and talk to them. Just pleasant, sweet people for sure. And the waitress, I had there, she was a nice gal, and, did a good job and kept my pop and my coffee full. And I just enjoyed everything about that place. It was cold and wet, it'd been raining when I rolled into there. And, essentially I wanted the cup of coffee real bad, and I did think, I would probably eat breakfast, but they were done serving breakfast at that point. I think it was around 11 o'clock. And so I ate, the breakfast of champions with that big cheeseburger with the cheese curds and gravy and all that on it, like I'd already said. And it was so filling. They claim it was a half-pound burger, and I certainly believe it. It was a lot of food. But, again, I'd already talked about that. So let's see. Moving on. Once I got to Lewistown, coming right into town there was a McDonald's. So I stopped again, drank a decaf this time because I'd had plenty of coffee already. Again, back the usual, back to charging stuff and making some phone calls. I talked to my buddy Jimmy, who thankfully, with Lou passing here in the past month or so, seems like he is doing quite well, and I'm just so thankful for that, and continued prayers for him. Talked to my woman, talked to Lori, and then I also there before I left out in the parking lot, I talked to Mom there for a few minutes. That was good. Let me set this down here. Put my glasses down too. Let's see. So yeah, just between visiting with family and friends today, and then these just the good folks I met, it's been a good day of socializing with folks, which I really needed that. I feel like, to be honest, I've been like kind of in just like a funk here recently, and just feeling off and just insecure and stuff, and it's just good to be with people, just. Connect and talk to some people, and again, my family and all of that, who, I'm just so thankful for. It just really, it did my mind and my soul good, so to speak. Shouldn't say so to speak, it did. Oh, see, that's another thing. Besides, again, I always say so to speak, but no, it was not so to speak. It definitely did my mind and my heart, my soul good. The fellowship with socialization with people today. Yesterday, also, some folks, there's a young man. I was outside of McDonald's there at Great Falls, and there's a young man walked up, and I talked to him for a few minutes. Turns out he's 23 years old. His name's David. He's born and raised in Great Falls. I think he said he had lived up around maybe Kalispell there for a little bit, but for the most part, his whole life there at Great Falls. But like I said, his name David. But I told him, it's crazy. He so reminded me. I was talking the other day about best friends. I have a guy that he's one of my oldest, or he is, I'd say, my oldest best friend. This is a dude. I love him like a brother. I mean, there's just no words for how deeply I care for him, and I know he for me as well. It's my dude Larry, Red Dog, and Larry, I met a young version, your doppelganger, I guess you would say. I mean, I don't know if I'd say doppelganger, but he so reminded me of you, man. He was outgoing, and just even kind of the way he stood, kind of the way he looked. He wasn't a redheaded dude, but he just reminded me of you, and I told him that. I told him that when I talked to you also, I was going to tell him about meeting him. But and I miss you, and I love you, brother. And Larry and I have had some big adventures together. He did like a full month with me on the Appalachian Trail. He did the whole state of Pennsylvania with me. Yeah, I think he was out there for like a month. We had a great time. It was like in July, I believe it was, yeah, or June to July, and we had a really good time. What a blessing to have that experience with him. But I've known this dude since I was a kid. He's, again, like I said, he's my oldest friend, and known him my whole life. But you know, along that lines too, old Mikey Stout. Maybe people call him Mike this day and age. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of contact with him, and it's just one of them things. You know, I just don't. You know, there's. And I need to reach out to him and see how he's doing. But he's another one of them old childhood friends that spent time with me on the Appalachian Trail. He was also with me for probably close to a month. He did the state of Maine with me and into New Hampshire. And we had a good time, of course. So let's see. I'm again burning this video. I got a 19-minute video uploaded. Is it yesterday or today, or between the two maybe? But yeah, so that opens up some space, and I got it. I think I'm actually got it open 96% used. So big old 4% available, or there was. You know, there's not anymore, of course. Okay, let's see though. What else? I'm heading for Malta, and Lord willing, Lori's going to get me a room there for tomorrow night. And right now it's only like 70 miles away, so that'd make for a nice short day. And God willing, you know, get there early and all that good stuff. Can't think of anything else right now. I guess if anything else comes up, I could always come back, of course. Let me grab, I told you about my my package there yesterday at UPS, and I'm wearing my my riding pants that, well, they're not new, they're new for this trip, but again, my woman sent me another pair of my riding pants, which I've got now, and pretty comfortable, in my riding boots. I was talking about too, sending stuff home. I didn't just send home, dirty laundry, of course. I sent some souvenirs home, and also that jelly that my Yukon mom gave me, that Sharon gave me, the fireweed. I sent that home. So again, looking forward to, Lord willing, trying that when we get back. But so I got my note here from my woman. This when I opened the box here. She won't mind me sharing it. I think I already told her I was going to. Let me. Say, oh, right. I missed you. Sorry. Love and miss you so much. Love your woman, Bodie, Josie, and Fozzie Bear. As sorry, I know you can read, but anyhow, even the dog signed it. How special is that? But again, I am so blessed with an amazing. That's something when I say I don't have words for. Well, that's something I don't have words for. How gifted and how blessed I am to have the wife that I do of almost 28 years. God willing, in October it'll be 28 years. It's hard to, hard to believe. Okay. Yeah, that's all I got. Saturday evening, the 6th of August, here in Missouri, overlooking where, again, the whole Lewis and Clark and the Core Discovery group went through. The CCD, that's something that with Dad and I and Uncle James, or whoever, goes with us, again, Uncle Cecil and my brother John and Bobby and all, that's all also our adventures. Those are the CCD. We're the Cyrus Core Discovery. It's pretty cool, right? All right, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and God bless y'all, and good night.